Hello everyone, it is October progress time. That is what I am doing in this video. October progress. Let's go. Here's all the stars and demons that I beat this month. Wow, that's actually, oh my goodness. Wow. That's a lot more than last month. What the hell? Yeah, I beat a lot of easy demons this week, and I will explain why later, but let's take a look at the demon spread, shall we? Look at that! Look at that! 5 hard demons! 5! Quite a few more medium and easy demons as well. But I went from having 1 hard demon last month to 5 this month. It has been a very good month for progress, ladies and gentlemen. My goal for the end of this month was to beat these 10 levels, and by October 31st, I was able to beat every single one. Huge W for the month. I think for the most part, I'm going to try and take a break from grinding medium demons now that they're not quite as daunting to me. And focus more on hard demons during November. Usually I would just go ahead and tell you the hardest demon that I beat this month, but I actually have 2 separate answers for the month of October to that question. So, at the beginning of the month, I beat Aleph Zero by Xander. This was a really cool hard demon that had some very unique gameplay that I really appreciate. It's a really great level, and it's pretty fun to play, but it's, you know, it's not decorated really at all. It's just a layout. I actually, last month, spun a wheel to determine whether this would be my next hardest or Witter by 2003 Devon would be, and it landed on this, and so I played this, and I really enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll get around to Witter soon, but not quite yet. At least not for like a month or so. And then later this month, I got bored of waiting around for the November to beat my next hardest, and so I just went ahead and started Future Funk, and then beat Future Funk. So that was another new hardest under the belt. That is currently the hardest demon that I've ever beaten, and the hardest that I've beat this month. But I wanted to give both answers because originally I thought I was just going to beat Aleph Zero and then do a whole bunch of other things over the rest of the month that I thought would take up throughout the whole month of October. But yeah, Future Funk is such a classic. I love this level. I personally really like levels with a lot of tension towards the end because it makes the moment you beat it that much more cathartic. I mean, listen to my reaction. Oh, please. Please. Yes! Yes!
GG. G, F, and G.
Let's fucking go! I mean, part of that might be just me being dramatic, but I died in the 90s 5 separate times before I finally beat the level. And so I was just waiting for that one attempt where I got past everything in the last 10% and finally beat it. And when I did, it was just such, it was such a huge wave of relief over me, you know? But yeah, Future Funk was awesome. I really enjoyed playing it, genuinely. And I think solely because of the asymmetric duel, this might just be my favorite level that I played this month as well. I mean, it was genuinely, like, it was a grind, but it was a fun grind, you know what I mean? It was fun. I enjoyed the level. This is what my current top 10 looks like. And to put things into context, you'll notice Hell is at the very end of the list here. And at the end of last month, Hell was number 4. So hopefully it's clear I've made a lot of progress this October. I beat a bunch of other notable levels that I'd like to share with you. First of all, Fire Temple, which is my first Michigan Temple level. I honestly enjoyed the experience of beating this. It was super difficult and really stressful towards the end. But I just kind of steamrolled through it, honestly. I love when a level has an old swing copter bit in it, and this old swing copter portion, while it was short, was really fun. So, good stuff. I enjoyed that. All around fun gameplay. You know, it's a temple level, so that's what you would expect, I suppose. I beat Melodic Travel, which, fun fact, Melodic Travel was my 100th demon ever beaten. So that's really awesome. I chose to play this as my 100th demon because I was looking for an excuse to play this level, and I just decided to assign it as my 100th because it just looks so beautiful all the way through. I love it. It's one of my favorite travel levels, I think. I had a bit of difficulty during the part with limited vision. That part is really hard, especially considering how fast you're going during that portion, but other than that, it was good stuff. I enjoyed this level very much. I beat the entirety of the Doom Gauntlet this month, which is 5 different demon levels that are all relatively hard and includes 2 hard demons. Thankfully, both of them were not as difficult as Aleph Zero, so I wasn't like accidentally beating a new hardest when I didn't want to. But yeah, I had such a good time with this gauntlet. I think Extinction and Shrill Hallway I could take or leave. I wasn't really the biggest fan of either of those levels. But the other 3, Buried Angel, No Eyes, and Darkness Keeper, are all absolute treats to play. I loved them. No Eyes was my personal favorite. I just really enjoyed the gameplay. Darwin's awesome. But yeah, those 3 were great. The other 2, I'm still glad I beat, but I wouldn't like go out of my way to beat them if they weren't in a gauntlet. All in all, very fun stuff. It basically felt like beating the Demon Gauntlet all over again, but with a slightly more Halloween-y tone, which is great because it's October. But yeah, anyways, a very solid gauntlet. If you're looking to challenge yourself with a bunch of demons in a gauntlet level, then give this one a try. It's fun. I beat Verity by Sir Punj. I'm sure this level doesn't really need an introduction. You probably know what it is if you're watching this video, but it's a very classic Sir Punj level. One thing I want to note about this level is that I went out of my way specifically to not get any of the coins, including the one during the asymmetric duel, which is notably easier than if you don't go for the coin. So I took the harder path just to avoid coins, because that's how much I hate silver coins. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. It was a really fun level. I enjoyed it. I beat Insomnia 2 by Glitter Shroom, which was a sequel to Insomnia, has better decoration, and some of the worst transitions I have ever seen in any Geometry Dash level. This was genuinely an abysmal level to play, and I hated it. It took me almost as many attempts to beat this level as it did Pixel Locked, which was my first hard demon. So that should tell you a little bit about how miserable this was to play from zero. I'm still glad I beat it because it did have some fun parts. There was a memory ball that was fun, a nice wave section, but overall, I just did not have the greatest time with it. Yeah, and I would not play it again. After this, I went on a huge easy demon streak. I guess to be more specific, I beat 15 easy demons in a row across like a week without beating any other kind of demon. And the reason for that is pretty simple. My friends and I have been doing this thing where whenever we are trying to find a new demon to beat, we take a bunch of demons that we'd like to beat, and in order to decide between them, we spin a wheel to see what level it'll land on, and then we play that level. So for example, Ben's wheel is filled with mostly extreme demons because he's an extreme grinder. Jabez's wheel is almost entirely congregation, with the exception of one slot, which if he lands on, he has to play the entire Crazy trilogy. And my wheel is a little bit more complicated, because I actually have 3 of them. I spin one wheel to decide whether I would play an easy or a medium demon, and then depending on what that would land on, I would spin the easy demon wheel that I'd come up with, or the medium demon wheel. But here's the problem. The first wheel that I have gives me a 2/3 chance of landing on an easy demon and a 1/3 chance of landing on a medium demon. And I have no idea how Wheel of Names decides which slot to choose, but I ended up selecting easy demons over and over and over again, despite the fact that I had a 1/3 chance of landing on medium demon the whole time. I landed on 15 easy demons in a row, before I finally got another medium. And so I just kept playing easy demons because I'm like, I can't disrespect the choice that the wheel has given for me. The wheel knows all. I can't ignore the wheel's choice. So I ended up playing so many different easy demons. Oh man, it has been crazy. It has been a crazy month for easy demons, not gonna lie. On screen are all of the easy demons that I actually enjoyed the most out of this month, and the ones that I would recommend to people. However, out of all of these, I think the one that I enjoyed the most was Memory. In case you're not aware, this is an easy demon that is entirely memory gameplay, and it's honestly really satisfying to execute, so I highly recommend it to anyone that's interested in dipping their toes into memory gameplay. This was fun. Finally, after landing on 15 easy demons in a row, my wheel finally landed on medium demon, and when I went to my medium demon wheel, that landed on Mountain King. And so I played Mountain King by Funny Game. Yeah, not much to say about this one. Ooh, it's so fast. Ooh, it's fast gaming. Ooh. Finally, I ended the month by playing a 7-star that I had really wanted to play since it came out, called Wall. This features music from one of my favorite bands, Good Kid, and it was made by 2 creators whose work I really admire, so I just decided, yeah, I gotta play this. And it ended up being really awesome. Apparently, they only had 12 days to make this level before the song Wall released publicly. So that is insanely stressful, and I'm honestly super impressed with the work they ended up being able to complete in those 12 days. I mean, this level looks great. It looks fantastic. By the end of November, I'm aiming to have beaten these levels. You'll notice there's quite a few hard demons on the list. I feel like I'm really starting to embrace the hard demon inside me. No, wait. The most important of these levels is Forest Temple. This level is a small step up from Future Funk, so I think it'll be a great next hardest. And I'm also going to beat the Death Gauntlet, which should be pretty easy because there's only 2 demons in this gauntlet, and I've already beaten one of them before, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Alright, that's everything I had to say about October. October is done, and so is this progress video. Goodbye!